Anchorage, Alaska. This week's The Pilot Brief is the Campbell arrival into Merrill Field. The Campbell arrival is bounded by mountains on the east and the Class C airspace on the west. Note that there are several restrictions and procedures during this arrival, most notably lining up with the road Boniface and the altitude restriction over the Campbell airfield. The Anchorage airspace can get very congested. Good communications are important. Even more important is to be eyes out the window. Many of Alaska's pilots are radio free, and there is a corridor against the mountain transiting north to south. On switching from frequency 126.4, Anchorage approach, to the Merrill Tower at 126.0, we will make our first report at Potter's Marsh, identified here as the open area at the edge of the inlet. At this point, we will want to line up on Boniface Road and continue our descent to 1,200 feet. The lineup can be deceiving. Essentially, you will be lining up with the far northeast edge of Elmendorf Airfield on a near 360 true. Getting to 1,200 feet MSL over Campbell Airstrip is critical, as this is the perpendicular corridor for Lake Hood traffic, and layered on top of that, Anchorage departing runway 7. This is regardless of inbound or outbound traffic. You can deviate from the 1,200 feet MSL, however you will need to make sure that you have clearance to execute any deviation of the 1,200 feet MSL. The next reporting point will usually be given by Merrill Tower as Report Tudor Road. This is the street in front of the registered reporting point of Safety Building. Seen here. Merrill Field at this point is located at your 10 o'clock, approximately 3.5 miles. Instructions from the tower will vary depending on the traffic. You can expect common instructions, including continue on course number 1, 2, or 3 for runway 25, proceed direct to runway 25, 3, 4, 1, 6, or even 7. As note, 7 is very rarely used. In this case, we were giving a cleared direct runway 25, number 1. At direct runway 25, we will pass over Costco, the large building seen below, and proceed towards the parking lot that is just east of the runway, runway 25. The runway lineup for runway 25 is the center of the mall parking lot, parallel to the buildings. As you make your approach, you will see that there are some trees at the end of the runway. Those trees will cause some effect, and you will need to compensate. Welcome to Merrill Field. Join us next week for a beautiful approach into Seldovia, Alaska, only accessible by airplane or boat.